Hello everyone, how are we doing today? So to start off, I do have a bit of an apology to make. Some of you may have gotten a notification that I had been streaming earlier today. That was a complete error. I had OBS open and I hadn't quite realised that I managed to do the exact right button configuration to turn my stream on, so I was broadcasting thankfully basically nothing, but that went on for way too long before I actually realised about it. So I'm very sorry everyone. I promise you this is the actual proper stream that is going ahead now. So, last time we left off, if people aren't aware, we started with a three-way war against empires to the north, west and south of us. So, thankfully we somehow managed to win that. And not only did we win, we actually snagged a couple of pieces of territory from the Desiccants up here. And we also pushed the United Raxacodium Confederation a bit back towards the Galactic core. So we had passed the mid-game, which started at the year 2300. And for us, the random event that was rolled are Space Storms, which look very pretty, but they are very noisy to me. So we have ended our truce with the Desiccants, so we can go to war with them. For the Raxacodiums, we won't be able to do that for another 8 years. And for the Rayubs, we won't be able to do that for 4 years, so we will have to be very careful about which targets we pick. So the Rayubs have a superior fleet to us. The Raxacodiums are overwhelming compared to us, and the Desiccants are superior. So if I minimise our planetary system for the moment, civilian ships, and get rid of that absolute ton of factions. So we can see we have one fleet at the moment, which is making its way up to the Koala station, and that is pretty much taking a little over 2/3 of our naval capacity. So for now, we will create a new fleet. Oh, okay, battleships take up a... Or is that... No, actually, okay, that's just because we have a lot of ships on this one. Okay, that's better. So let's just... So we would go 1 over our naval capacity, but I think that would be worthwhile. So we'll get that built up, and when they're available, I think we will probably send it down to reinforce Alioth just to see how things are going to be going. So our attempt last session was to go to war against the Desiccant Empire and make them a vassal. That didn't go as planned. We obviously have a bit of territory from them, but we need to be thinking very carefully, and I think we may need to focus on reinforcing our borders, building up our navy, and making sure that is all strong going forwards. So speaking of, we have gamma lasers unlocked. So now the question is, do we go for encryption +2 or code breaking +2? So either we make our own infiltration harder, or we make going against someone else easier. Alternatively, we could go and get proton launchers, or we could go for subspace sensors, which would allow us a black hole observatory, as we do have a black hole here, though we don't quite have the capacity for stations on that. So I think, yes, if we go for encryption, and we will focus on that. So, and because of our high intel level, we can actually see quite a few of where all of these fleets and naval officers are. Now, spy network, we do have an available candidate to spy on someone, so you have someone available now. I didn't have time to look back at a previous episode to try and figure out who used to be here, but this is the Bazadi Alliance, who are a completely new empire as far as I'm aware. They were either absorbed who was there previously, or just basically took over, because I don't see where the other people were, which is, you know, interesting. So for now, we have some star bases which are upgrading, and some which are obviously putting together some fleets. So we have our second fleet available here, and as I said, we are going to send that over to Alios, so that can reinforce there. We have a starbase in up farthest, I'm just going to call it up farthest there, that we'll probably need. Okay, and the space storms have dissipated, although some speculate that storms such as Prim could lead to the eventual collapse of the hyperspace network thousands of years in the future. For now, space travel seems to have returned to normal. Okay, good. So, like I was saying, so we have Durasticon, which has 2 hangar bays, 1 gun battery, and 2 shipyards. So if we probably, honestly, just put down a couple of hangar bays for each of these stations as our frontline defences. So that has a shipyard. We don't want a trade hub. We'll go for a gun battery to replace that. No, I didn't want that. That wasn't quite what I wanted. So if we go for a shipyard to replace that, and then 2 hangar bays, so that should be all okay. And then up farthest we have 2 shipyards, so that means 2 hangar bays, 1 missile battery and 1 gun battery. And we will loop back around there when it's finished construction to see what buildings we can put there. So, Galactic Custodian appointed. The Galactic Senate has voted to bestow emergency custodianship powers upon the Jehetma Dominion. In a ceremony broadcast across the galaxy, they were appointed the official custodians of the galactic community. As the first among equals, the Jehetma government is now charged with safeguarding the galactic community from all potential threats, be they internal or external, who would seek it harm. They have now been granted vast powers in all community matters and can now propose special resolutions. We shall see how this works out. So, the Jehetmas. I know I have heard of you. There we go. They are over here in essentially the northwest section. So we basically don't know much about them, but they do have Casus Belli on apparently quite a lot. And interestingly, they are a pacifist race. So that's interesting. That seems to be a very, they will learn of our peaceful ways by force kind of empire. So, do we have anything here? Just a couple of other people deciding to declare rivals, and the Bzadi Alliance is starting to claim some of our systems down south, which is going to be an annoyance. Oh, and our research aid has come to an end, so for 5,000 energy credits, yes, we would like to extend that. That gives us plus 62 opinion with them. So let's just have a look. So we can see the Jehetma Dominion here, and it says they are superior to us, but we don't know their naval capacity, so we are not 100% sure. So diplomacy, we could ask them about their other customers, or we could establish a mutual think tank. So in the starbase in the system you share with us, our curators will mingle with your scientists. So we can now build the curator think tank starbase building in the Wexelia system. So we're going to need to try and remember where that was. No, it's not immediately coming to mind where they are, but we'll say, what else do we have? And can you tell us about your other customers? Since you are one of our trusted customers, we are able to divulge to you certain information on our less favoured clients. And look at that, we have the Desiccant High Kingdom as one of them. So for 1,000 energy credits, we gain 10 opinion, and we gain 20 intel on the Desiccant High Kingdom. So that is a new option. So let's see. So that would give us pretty much almost maximum intel, which, considering what we're doing at the moment, I'm not sure that that would really actually be useful, because we have two assets, we know pretty much all of their government intel, and we're medium on everything else. I think we will leave that. So who else can we actually talk to? So the Paku Authority. Oh wow, you're all the way over here. So you have an inferior economy. We know you've got 3 planets. You're a lithoid race. The Alliance of Rutheria, which is I can't see them, at least not at the moment. So the okay, so I'm looking for something of something, or alliance of. No, okay, I have no idea where those are. The Malwell Ware Goal Tranquil League, which I swear I just saw that one. Yep, there we go. They're the one that are in the L cluster. So let's have a look at you. Superior, unknown, so it probably might be worth getting some intel on them and seeing what we can have. We have a 50 base of it, oh, a 30 base of intel, and obviously that just gave us a plus 20. And that is obviously going to start decreasing. That wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth it just to find out that they have an inferior fleet compared to us. That was not worth it. Okay, so you are... Oh, wow. Okay, I am slightly starting to regret not allowing... Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. So, anyway, I am starting to regret not allowing gateways and wormholes in this galaxy, because even just our empire is quite a distance to travel across. if we are wanting to get from one area to the other, which is why I am starting to obviously split my fleets around. So anyway, a large portion of an asteroid has been hollowed out for the construction of some kind of shipyard. So that is... I'm not actually sure where that is. Where are my science ships? Well, one's there. And one is there. So that must be around Jamar then. Yeah, that's just the asteroid that's just been scanned there. And because we've taken a bit of territory and we obviously have open borders with a couple of empires now, we have a few anomalies that we popped at the beginning of this run that we can now have a look at. And where are you going? For the Waxicodiums? Who are you at war with? Doesn't say. And the Necromages of Holfassa aren't at war against anyone. Fallen Empire? Nope, nothing to do with you. Huh, that is strange. Oh, anyway, we have new tech. So targeted gene modification, so we've got one additional gene modification points. Naval capacity, yes, we need that. I don't care that it's going to take almost 4 years. We need that. And another little bit of additional research there. So one other thing I am also slightly starting to regret is putting the end of the game at 2500, which basically means whatever happens... Oh my goodness, we have dropped down to 9 out of that. We have dropped down to 9th. So apparently we are majorly beating out the Rayobs and the Desiccants and the Necromages of Holfassa and the Waxicodiums. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Well, we're doing pretty well, I would say. So, anyway, what I was originally going to do for the contacts diplomacy, so let's purchase some more Caravan Coins, and let's go back and open a loot box. So let's see. Okay, that's not too bad. Bit over 1,300 consumer goods. So it contains a full complete complement of dress uniforms designed for a species with far more limbs than is common within the Krolkutiri. Material might still be repurposed. So let's do the slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that was what, 15,000 Caravan Coins for 1,000 energy, and let's leave it at that. So let's let time tick by on the galaxy a bit, and we can see how things are doing. So let me just get things back. So we have some of our fleets moving down to Alioth and Sargas. Is good. And, oh, finally, this fleet is finally up here and can repair. That's good. Do we have any space to build anything here? Nothing that seems to really be what I want. So, yeah. I think we will honestly just be managing our systems and seeing how things will progress for us. So that Waxicodium fleet coming through is making me nervous. I'm actually wondering, did it come from here and the easiest option was to actually cut through the Fallen Empire territory and our territory to get down here? If so, what are they doing? Because they're not at war with anyone. Yeah, I have no idea. So, we can finally get the last tradition of the Harmony Tree and unlock again another Ascension perk. So move that to the side while we just have the game paused and check down. Yeah, still doesn't seem to be much that we can really have. Might be tempted to go for Galactic Contender if we are going to have a or like potentially a different endgame crisis. No, sorry, I'm misspeaking. So Galactic Contender gives you bonus damage to Fallen Empires and Awakened Empires. And it is Defender of the Galaxy that gives you plus 50% damage to endgame crisis factions. Like, we could try and shore up our military and go for like Galactic Force Projection. Grasp the Void just doesn't seem like that good an Ascension perk to really go for. Eternal Vigilant could give us plus 5 defense platforms to all of our star bases. And yeah, we're pretty much going to have to just research a few options before we get any decent Ascension perks available. And that is just another scientist researching. So while we're at it, bump up the speed. And yes, I know we can select a new Ascension perk. I'm going to mute that out because otherwise that is just going to be there pretty much like the entire time. So yes, what are the Waxicodiums doing? Because there's some of their fleets over there. The Genogians, yeah. I can understand why you're around, because you're this little one that's a vassal of the Desiccants. So, yeah, I'm a bit mystified. Whoops. The ISS Frenlun Moon 2 never made it all the way to such and such to study the anomalies surrounding it. They blinked out of existence and reappeared minutes later. Roughly half the crew are missing. Oh. That is going to be interesting. So we have you here. Can we? Yep, we can reinforce you. And then, well, we might as well just go very well because there's not too much that can, like, we'd really need a science ship for. We could always send it down here to assist research on our home planet. But otherwise, I don't think there's much point in declaring aggression against it unnecessarily. So you have an unemployed pop and you need some amenities. So a city district it is. That is looking good. I blame register disruption field generator. What do we have as options here? So we could put a listening post. Yes, I think I'll put a listening post on Plov. And then over here you'll have a communications jammer. Yes, I'm aware we've got something there. I will just come back here. So that has crew quarters. And we will go for another communications jammer there. So we have made first contact with the mysterious aliens in the Zorokan black hole system. Where is that then? Zorokan with one R. That is over here. Right. let's actually go to our situation log. And assign an envoy. Let's go for the Desiccants. Just because... who might that be? So, Gauss Cannon has been unlocked. Special project, translate alien mural. So, that is right there, so we just check. Okay, you've only got 2 more anomalies to research, so you can quickly do that. That's no problem. Back to engineering research. Ooh, there we go. There we go. We have mega engineering as an option. However, there's also Titans. Oh, goodness. So, who in chat has an opinion about which one we should pick? Should we go for megastructure, so we can have megastructure restoration, which means we can finally rebuild Cyberx Alpha over here. Also gives us plus 20,000 resource storage capacity, which I imagine will just get added on to here. Oh, or do we get the Titans and unlocks the iron cannons for our defense, for our stations as defense areas? Oh, that's 17,000 versus 26,000. Oh, I don't know. Oh. Okay, I think we'll go for mega engineering, seeing as that is a purple rare technology. The odds of the Titans coming up again are probably going to be much higher than the mega engineering coming back around. So we will leave it at. That is 114 months, almost 10 years. It feels vaguely like we might be running out of time. So Tiaoko. Let's see, we've got administrative. Yep, we'll upgrade that. Give people or have a few more jobs, and that will help us get back closer to our administration cap. So, first contact. Mechanical drones, okay. Right, nothing too much of interest there then. So they are coming through our space. Right. Things are afoot for the Waxicodiums, I see. It could be interesting. So, we've got some Rayups there, and the Genogians up there as well. And we have an incoming transmission from the Artisan Troop. So let's see what they have to offer. So we can commission an art piece, we can become their patron, we can organise a festival across our worlds if we had opinion plus 50. So tell us more about your troop. So we are the Artisan Troop, consists of several stations inhabited by creators from many worlds, all unified in the desire to create new beauty in these safe havens, provide many services to those who wish to enjoy art. If you help sponsor our work, we might even be willing to organise larger events for your people. Okay, so become a patron, minus 5,000 energy credits, but it does give us plus 10% unity and plus 20 opinion with the Artisan Troop. And let's also commission an art piece. So that is 600 credits for plus 10 opinion. Gain access to an exhibit art museum decision that could be enacted on one planet, which will give plus 15% amenities and plus 50% immigration pool. Okay, let's say goodbye to that. So let's see which ones are struggling with amenities that we can't really easily pop or prop up. So I would say here, stability is quite low. So, yep, exhibit art museum. They are. And let's just hope that things work all right there and I haven't just made an error. So we do obviously have a couple of buildings that can be upgraded, the research labs. But as we are not, or we don't have any unemployed populations. So, yeah. So that was indeed the Drolls. So, managed to partially translate the alien memorial for an extinct alien race that once maintained a small interstellar empire in this region of the galaxy, apparently exterminated by the creators of the mural. 300 million years old. So 200 experience and a bunch of engineering research. Okay. And you gained an expertise in materials, which is fine. Okay, that's all done, and we can put our... No, was it not them? No, because we took them away from the Desiccants, didn't we? Yes. So, if we actually go here... So, you are a pacifist. So let's assign someone to you, just so we can see what is necessarily going to be going on. How many more years do we have until that naval capacity? 19 months. But because we got a bit of new technology, we can upgrade our fleets while we are waiting. So we don't have anything that we are lacking. We could do maybe with a few more consumer goods a month. Probably because we're selling most of ours. We can get rid of buying 10 minerals a month because we are way over needing that. We could also probably get rid of selling 20 alloys a month. Let's just wait and see what that does to our monthly energy income. Hasn't seemed to have affected it too much. And the consumer goods. So we get about 28 energy from that a month. Let's cancel that because we should have enough energy credits being earned on across all of our planets and such that we shouldn't need that. So monoliths, image them for the archives, gain another bunch of engineering research. So that is actually that has actually pushed the mega engineering down just to 54 months, which is amazing. So we have our physics research complete, so we can go for minus building cost, archaeology skill, which really isn't that useful here. Let's go for hyperdrive 3. Increase the speed that our fleets can go to. And the Bazadis are going to be annoying, aren't you? You are going to be annoying. So let's acquire an asset. We don't have anything. So relative power superior, but encryption is routine and their code breaking is very weak compared to ours. So this should be a fairly easy situation to deal with. Okay, a closer scan of the debris field across base far has led to the discovery of an airtight capsule containing an atomic clock, counting down to a date 42 years and 3 days away. So where is that? Okay, that is... Oh, that is in one of our systems, okay. But it is also one that we just recently took away from the Raxicodiums. So we can keep an eye on it and gain even more engineering research. Oh no, we would actually gain the same amount of engineering research for that, so we'll just keep an eye on it. Okay, apparently that means our science ship has completely disappeared. Doesn't matter. Gosh, I'm really having to chase down all of the unemployment here, aren't I? So anyway, build that. So, reports having lost contact with their operatives on an active deployment in the Bazadi Alliance. Aye. So, if we had some spy power, we could say find our operatives. Instead, we'll just disavow them, and I think that probably means that, yeah, our acquire asset has just cancelled. So let's just restart that. Hello Hoofkins, happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Presuming of course you don't work on the weekends and you had the time off. How are you doing today? Okay, you seem to be fine. There's 10 jobs available there, so you'll be brilliant. You might need a couple more. You're fine. Yeah, most of you are fine. Hoofkins had a very relaxing weekend. Yeah, mine was pretty relaxing as well. Did a city skyline stream on Friday, and then obviously we had the previous Stellaris stream. But after that, yeah, I took a bit of time off, had a look at some other people's streams, and just relaxed. Okay, so we have a shipwreck, which appears to be the result of an unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. Belongs to the Rayabs, so we can either say we need those minerals. No, we don't. Though, interestingly, this now does give us 10 intel on the Rayabs, or we will not risk this altercation. Yeah, let's just do that and we'll get a tiny bit of influence. So, yes, naval capacity has gone back up again, and we have another research option for naval capacity. We are going to take that. Okay, so that means we could probably upgrade this. So 10 cruisers and 3 battleships. Though we will apparently need quite a lot of alloys for that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think that is the highest buy price for alloys I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. Hoofkins, I saw someone became the Galactic Custodian. Yes, they did. So, and they are a very interesting race. So it's the Jehetma Dominion who have been elected the Galactic Custodian. And interestingly to me, they are a pacifist. They are a pacifist race. So, like I quoted earlier, well, this is very much a, they will learn of our peaceful ways by force. And credit if you get that reference. So we don't really know anything about them. We do know that their encryption is very strong relative to our code breaking. So we would need to build up our code breaking quite a bit to actually stand much of a chance on that. But, you know, maybe they're not in a... Oh wait, no, they are in a federation. But they're only them and someone else. And Hoofkins like, had to Google it, forgot it was a Futurama reference. Yes, one of the shows that seems to have not an endless number of memes and quotes, but certainly a good amount. Ooh, so we've unlocked a new excavation. So, ruins of a large base complex of some kind could be found inside a large crater on this moon. Interesting. So is that where our scientist currently is? No. Why are you suddenly telling me about it down here? Okay, I can get to it, but it's gonna be... yeah, that's gonna be impossible. Hopkins says, large, properly formatted data file always gets me. Yeah. Oh. Off the top of my head, I can't think of too many quotes that I actually enjoy. I probably should get around to rewatching Futurama at some point. I've got all of the show, like the entirety of the shows, including the I can't. My mind's gone blank. The Comedy Central reboot, not reboot. Okay, I'm going to take 2 seconds out to reformat my mind. So, I have the entirety of the TV show, including the sections where Comedy Central brought it back, and also all of the movies. So, Rayobs, like, receive word of our down supply ship cargo. So, we gain 100 influence, we gain 1 favour to use on the Rayobs, and their opinion of us changes by +20, which is not actually going to do much. So the Rayobs, let's see. So their opinion of us is hostile, so they just went from -607 to -587. So, yes. This is, you know, not really going to help much. Okay, so Desiccants have declared the League of Vakraxa rivals. Doesn't really impact us unless they decide to wipe each other out. Toad Asteroid, just a bit of additional science research. So, yeah, all of those additional points of interest didn't really bring up much, so we'll send that science ship back up here. That is our transport fleet, looks to be in orbit. Oh, though we do have the enigmatic cache coming back. So, do you have a research station? No, you do not. You have a robot assembly plant. So, where research labs? 207 days. So we'll just keep an eye on that, and that should mean that the enigmatic cache gives us a little bit of right. We have the Grand Dragon Shard, as well as the mining expansion barge in the same system. I don't know if that means they're going to wipe each other out, or they're just going to do the whole, so long as you don't get too close, I am fine. So what can we do for here? You got -9 or 9 minerals and 2 consumer goods deficit, but I think we're okay on both of those. So, as we need them, a bit more admin offices. Okay, so we're just gathering together some potential allies and operatives there. Apparently we have got something new on the docket. So remove council denouncement power. Galactic Council members should be required to have proper justification for denouncement. We should remove this unfair and autocratic ability. Well, I'm going to support that, seeing as it's probably going to be impacting me. Repeal that. Close that. Holistic asset coordination. I'll support that and I'll just see how it goes. Relocate the galactic market. Enable council veto power. Change council size to 4. Yes. No. Then custodians. That could be very interesting if you had your empire as the custodians. You could potentially try and vote that in and get that available. So, minor research sanctions, I will just leave that for the moment. And what we have on the floor is, okay, moderate economic sanctions. Okay, people are definitely wanting that. Oh. Hello. Yes. We're rivals now. Of course we are. Everyone in the galaxy is rivaling us. Ooh, Research Institute. That could be a, Ah, okay, right. I was wondering why there were two different research options here, but this one is a one per planet thing, and this is looks like an upgrade to the standard research buildings we have. Produce amenities and research points for new technologies. And that takes 5 energy and 1 exotic gas. Whereas this takes 8 energy, 2 exotic gas, and then plus also 10 consumer goods. I will go for the Research Institute because then we will be able to put that down as an additional building on some of our planets. I was wondering how long it would take the Desiccants to declare war, so once again they want to impose their ideology on us. And unfortunately they did manage to slip. Oh no, that's the Genogian theocracy. That is 750 against a star base of 6.8 thousand. I don't think they are really going to necessarily win that. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, so we need to declare our own war goal. So do we try and bring into the fold? Though we do also have 3 claims. Yes, because we have that one, and that one. So we could extend up here and try and claim that. That is only 182 influence. Now could we... I don't think we'd be able to make it all the way up here. No, we'd be just short. Alright. Oh, I think I will make those claims regardless. Because bring into the fold, I believe, even if this ends in a white piece once again, we should be able to get some of those territories if we occupy them at the time we are essentially going to settle for white peace. So you need 2 rare crystals. How many are we making? And that would put us into a bit of a deficit. That is slightly unfortunate. So we could replace the hydroponics farm. Do we actually have one that... No, we've just got the chemical plants for the volatile motes. That's unfortunate. So we'll upgrade that, but as soon as we see the option to create the rare crystals ourselves, I think we will take that as a research option, with the caveat of any other military things coming through. So let's see, 6,500. Oh my goodness, 20,500 there, 7,000 there. Well, if they take out the shard for us, that could be a benefit. How much star power is, or fleet power is that worth? 15,000. And that is worth 1,200 and 4,600. Okay, so Corolla is definitely going to be our choke point once again. Hopefully the Fallen Empire has their borders closed to the Desiccants as well, because that will mean that obviously they won't be able to come through here and sweep through this area. And unfortunately we have a fleet of 5,500 just not stranded down here, but it's going to take them a long time to get up. Which station? Oh, right, yes, that station. So unfortunately it looks like we're going to have to be sacrificing the Navi sector once again. once again, we will just wait and see. So, 2335. Okay, the Rayabs could declare war on us. The Waxycodiums cannot. Okay, so we definitely want to keep one of our fleets down here to try and deter the Rayabs from declaring war on us. And taking opportunity from that is not going to be too fun. I can't wait for the day we actually wipe out the Rayabs, because that is just going to be, as soon as they are gone, that is going to be a good day, because they have been an utter pain in all of this. Anyway, let's bump that up. So shortlist of targets has been brought up, and we have the option for a new tradition. So do we go for domination or prosperity? So mining station output increased by 20%. So okay, which one could potentially benefit us sooner? Doesn't really look like either one. Just because it has the better adoption effect, I'm going to open up the prosperity tree, and we will just go along that path. Okay, so someone's broken off their non-aggression pact with the Desiccants. That could be interesting. And yeah, as I thought so, we do have some of the Desiccants coming down through here. And unfortunately they can come through here. So the Malwagol Tranquil League are turning towards cybernetics. Hoopkin says, I've got a couple of Ascension Perk Picks available. Is there a reason you haven't assigned those? Yes, just mainly the fact that I don't really see any good ones. So we have... Where is it? So, Master Builders we are currently unable to get, but we are currently researching Mega Engineering with 18 months remaining, so I want to obviously keep one open for that. And then, so the other one that I said that I wanted to get in the previous one would be Evolutionary Mastery when we get the Glandular Acclimation technology. But for now, it's kind of the ones that we have available I find a little bit, you know, hit or miss. I'd rather keep the slots open for some of those better ones and then come back later and pick one of the ones we've got available right now. So yeah, no worries, Hoofkins. It's like, it obviously doesn't necessarily make sense if you just look at the fact that I've got 2 slots open and wonder why I've not been taking them. But yeah, there is a reason. You need another job. That might also be why all my rare crystals... Oh, we've popped up to +3. Okay. And we are finally under our... We are finally got our Empire Sport under our admin capacity for once. Yay. Okay, so you are lacking 84 minerals and 43 food. Well, we're good for pretty much everything. Because I do have a clone vat here, which, you know, take it or leave it. I'll just put up an industrial district. Okay. Let's go for we will repair it for you. So unfortunately the Desiccants don't seem to have been impacted too much by our last wars, and they are, you know, kind of tearing through our territory at the moment. I almost thought that said Voldemort fleet right there. So 534. The thing is 2,700. If I come over here to Duraskadon, we could potentially head off some of the fleet there. Obviously that's a bit of a risk. And then similarly here, so let's So they have worked their way through, but it does look like they've lost quite a lot. That's pretty much 4,000, I'd say 7,000 there, and we have got 15,000 there. So unfortunately one of our science ships has been destroyed. I didn't pull them back because there would have honestly been no point. That would have just been, you know, pulling them back for to get destroyed later on. So sapient combat simulations. I don't think I've actually gotten this far on that, so despite the fact that it's a dangerous technology, we'll go for it. And then let's actually see where these fleets are going. You look like you're retreating. Yes. Okay, so we need to try and chase you down. You are going to be going back into home territories. And yes, if we settled for White Peace, they would have claims on some of our systems. Okay, so where can we go and what can we do?
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Oh. Of course, it's like, I'm sitting here doing all this, and then it's like, oh yeah, you're spying on this other thing. So yep, we have a new asset within the Bazadi Alliance. Okay, so that will help us out a little bit there. And that just reminded me. No, because we need an envoy assigned to there. So we have a Bazadian rebel. Okay. So okay, while I quickly think about it, we'll have a look here, see what our intel is like. So if we prepare sleeper cells there, that will help keep our information intelligence level high. Then we can potentially put someone back in the Desiccant system, and then from there we could potentially like do some of the sabotage things like armed privateers, and hopefully that will cut through their fleets at least a tiny bit. What did I send did I just send the science ship up there instead of the actual military fleets? Oh well, okay. Where are you trying to amass? Oh, admittedly for now you should be. Another new faction, the defensive readiness one. Okay, well, need more amenities there, so we'll just do that. And then we will take back our systems here. So, yep, that's good. And this one should be relatively easy to clear out. And let's just buy. Okay, we can get a few more cruisers onto this fleet, so that should help us on that. You know, I'm actually starting to get a tiny bit worried on this. I thought last stream, with all the 3 wars going on, would be troublesome for us, but it almost looks like a sustained force from the Desiccants might do us quite a bit of damage. What do we have here? So declare resolution, extended custodianship and emergency measure.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Oh goodness. Oh, that is like 20,000 just there on its own. If we come back up here, 6,500, you should be okay.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Oi. I'm just trying to have a look to see what can we claim. Where is going to be good choke points? Okay, so we could push through into there and that would split their empire in half. So you know what, let's just claim it. I'm not really using influence for anything else. And if we lose this section, we might be able to move back in here. Maybe. There we go. That's what I was expecting. Right, so do we have visibility on your fleets? It doesn't look like it. So, let's see. What is our war goal going to be for you? Probably bring into the fold, and you're going for impose ideology as well. Lovely, thank you very much. So, how many of your systems can we claim? Just 2 for now. Because we want to reinforce Desiccants, because that is honestly our choke point. A very good choke point. Okay. So just checking again, resources, are we doing okay? We look like we are doing okay. So city district. And just have a few amenities. Okay, this could be quite dangerous. So we have a fleet of 13,600 versus a station of 6,500 and a fleet of 5,700, which those two together almost make up the same amount as our fleet here. Well, I mean, we are... Oh no, I was going to say we seem to be cutting through them okay, but then I actually looked over at the balance of who's winning versus who's losing, and we are losing. So, because both of the other empires at war with us are doing the impose ideology, it basically means So we have... What do we choose? Do we choose to be fanatic xenophile and spiritualist? Or do we choose to be fanatic xenophile and spiritualist? We have no options. Okay, I still can't actually see their fleet. And they are not at war with anyone else that I can see. Hell, we finally researched mega engineering just in time for the game to be over. So we could do plasma thrusters. Civilian replicomplexes. There's minerals into consumer goods. Yes, alloy nanoplants. Let's get a bit more alloys and consumer goods going. Let's head back here. Okay, we've managed to pull that back. Okay, that's good. So you just have 675 people there. So that is partially occupied, but we do have a transport. No, click there and then click into the system, please. Oh, enter orbit. We want to see, okay, 2 regiments of 50 each. So that is Transport Fleet 1 on the way with 482 power. Excuse me a moment, I'm just going to sneeze. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so we can land our transport fleet here and they should be able to take out that planet fine, and we will no longer have this little section of the Desiccants in between some of our systems. We'll move up here and see if we can take at least this little chunk, and unfortunately all the rest seems to just be falling to the Desiccants. Let's see what we have here. So it looks like where was that big fleet? There we go. So they might be going for the shard, actually. Let's see if the shard can protect us again. As for now, as much as it's going to pain me, I will send the second fleet up to try and reclaim all of our territories there. All Jehepma through the galaxy have undergone a great change, whereas before their latent psionic power had only blossomed in a small minority, the entire species has now unlocked its full psychic potential. So, where are the Jehepmas? Oh, yes, of course, the Galactic Custodians, of course. So yeah, psionics. There we go. Psychic, governing, ethics, attraction plus 10% and plus 0.5 monthly influence. So, greetings, patron. Come up with a gorgeous new type of architecture and ministry of culture. So, yep, let's go for that. 12,000 energy. Not that I got much else to spend my energy credits on. Right.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Okay, that looks like... Yep, that is our system back under control. How are we doing on our war exhaustion? Well, surprisingly, the Desiccants have 20% war exhaustion compared to our 11%. And the Rayobs are 2% to our 1%. But seriously, where are your fleets? We should be able to see them. No? No. So we can see Casus Belli, relative fleet power and location of star bases, but not locations of fleets. So, you know what? We're going to arm privateers here. Unfortunately, you are not the ideal asset. I have no idea if that has any drawbacks or if it is just, you know, not ideal. So we will do that. And we were trying to prepare sleeper cells here. So...
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Okay, that looks like it is just progressing as standard. So, vanquishing Ion Armada. I have no idea who that is, but they're in yellow, not red, so they are not aggressive against us. Okay, no, the large 20,000 fleet. Run. Run! Run back. Upgrade you to a Star Fortress. This is not going to be enough to help defend ourselves. Lacking 111 minerals. Okay, alloys, I don't care how much the cost is on the market. We need that. We need something to help defend us. And then if we lose that, our fallback is Katana. And that is only 6,000. Do I custom design my ships or let the game do it automatically? I let the game do it automatically. I've tried micromanaging in the past, but it either turns out that I either forget that I can upgrade things until like I go to build a new one, and there's also the aspect where I'm not 100% sure like of the meta of the game, whether something like whether these things are good, these things are really bad. So I just try and let the game decide and hope that the game is vaguely intelligent in that sense. So anyway, we need more alloys, a lot more alloys. Upgrade katana. What else do we have? 3 modules there? No, we do not. However, we do have some 3 modules here. So replace that one with the hangar bay. Add in a missile battery and another hangar bay. Yes, I think this is the stream that is going to take us down. It seems like the or at least the Desiccants up north have actually become a bit more wise to our tactics. Okay, so that has an upkeep of 12. That is a 10 difficulty. But hopefully that will distract the Rayubs for long enough. I was going to say, are you not attacking the space station? But yes. Yes, you are. Okay. So we have 845 there. Oh, 8,500 there. So again, yes, if we go back to Desiccant, so you are, which, yeah, the one that's, oh, planet that we've got here, so you're sending an assault army through to that. Where is our fleet? And there, how are you doing? That's not going to be done nowhere near in time. So we'll replace the starbase with a missile battery and a gun battery. Shove that down the bottom. Shove that down. You're not doing anything. You know what? I'm just going to put a couple of hangar bays down. Nope, too late. Too late to try and attack that. Hopefully they might be tripped up at least a tiny bit. No, they have not been. So can we get smart about this? Can we path around? Can we path around the enemy fleets and try and avoid drawing their wrath? Okay, well, we are still at 12% more exhaustion versus their 22%. Okay, no, they just shredded. Nope, nope, nope. They just shredded through the station there, and they've just seen our main fleet and are going straight for them. Aye, so I will salute you, First Fleet. Thank you for all the work you have done. But unfortunately, your sacrifice appears to have been in vain. A moment of silence for First Fleet.
Enemy troops on the rocks.
And
Research complete.
I think I may have to try and goad these fleets down a bit. Because that one is obviously going to be taking this star system. But it is not going to be like wanting to move forwards into Desiccant simply because we have just so much fleet power there. Oh. New society research. Do we have anything that is useful? Doesn't look like it, so society research it is. And I know we can surrender, I just really don't want to. Okay, sleeper cells for the Malware Gold Tranquil League. I don't know why that name just trips me up so much, but it does. Oh yes, failed to fend them off. I know.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Reports from Operation Prepare Sleeper Cells are favourable so far. So for that was yeah, 15 years. Spy network decay minus 100%. So we can move our intelligence officer over here. And unfortunately we don't quite have enough of an infiltration level. Or because, yeah, their encryption is challenging relative to our code breaking, but their code breaking is very weak compared to ours. So, do we try and sabotage a station? And if so, which one? Because which one would actually help us out? I can't see too much on that, honestly. Okay, no, we won't do that. So what are our other options? We obviously wait until we can arm privateers and hope to see if we can go for that somehow. Aye. Well, you're welcome to join in, Vaxicodiums. And no one else. Apparently it's a free-for-all. Everyone's just can come right in. Yeah, I think this is one of the issues. In that, obviously, you have so much going on. Why are you not attacking the station there? But, if you try and be the crisis from the start, then obviously you don't really have any friends to assist you. So anyway, what did the Vaxicodiums want? So they just want to conquer us. So bring into the fold. Check any claims. No, I think we wiped through them last time. And as much as I want to resign and go, we'll start again, we will push through this until the end. I don't know what we're going to do if we have to like try and change our governing ethics. I'm not even sure if there's a necessary method to do that. So it will be a bit disappointing, because we will go from potentially being the crisis to just being another xenophile empire. I'm not even sure if we could actually become the Galactic Protectorate, the Galactic Custodian, from the position that we are in. Actually, let me just check. Okay, yes, they would gain all of the territory that they've currently occupied as well, so that is a shame. Okay, so a group of auxiliary operatives in the Rare Conglomerate have begun shying away from their assigned tasks. Suspect the operatives are being fed information from an outside source. Given these doubts and threats, Spymaster requests a directive on how to proceed. So, risks are too great, cut them loose. So, energy credits lost 600, and lost auxiliary operatives modifier added for 12 months, adding +2 to the operation difficulty. Or we could see where the insights may lead. So, 1/3 chance of unwavering insight happening, and 2/3 chance of panicked operatives. I'll go for this one because the panicked operatives can be quite nice. Nope. So it means that failed, so it means we don't lose all the energy credits, but we do still get the +2 to operation difficulty, unfortunately. Hmm. So again, I'm just trying to have a think on what we can do, because obviously this is not the most optimal options that we have. Oh, there's the Waxicodiums, the Desiccants, and the Desiccants. So the Rayubs still haven't really shown their face as far as I can see. Okay, I'm gonna pause here and think for a minute. So if we surrender to the Desiccants, we become fanatical xenophile and spiritualist, which obviously means we do have robot technology in our empire, but I don't think it's high enough for them to be dismantled under a spiritualist. Oh, I'm not quite sure what the right word would be, but I know spiritualists have a negative to robotics. Actually, we could probably bring it up and see. So cannot use full AI rights. Okay, so it looks like so long as the AI is servantile, we'd be fine. However, obviously going to almost the exact opposite traits of what we are would mess with our potential of becoming the crisis. And other than being at war and having an imposed ideology against you, I can't think of any other way to change your governing ethics. Also, if we surrendered to the Desiccants, we would lose all of the territory that they have fully occupied, which is a lot. Maybe about 30% of our empire. That might mean that the Rayubs down south, their war gets cancelled out because they are attempting to impose the ideology on us with the exact same governing ethics. And then the Waxicodiums to the left just want to claim systems, so we would still need to fight them off. I think we will keep going forwards. We will fight to the last lithoid standing. I honestly did not think it was going to be this stream that would do us in. So, fleet command limit +10, plus unlocks Titans and unlocks Iron Cannons. Go for that.
Bioturbation detected. Hostile fleet rumbled.
Okay, apparently I completely bypassed that we had a new leader and we needed to do an election, but never mind, that just looks like, you know, that's the least of our worries right now. Okay, so you don't really have any amenities, so that means a city district for you. You are lacking amenities, so that means a city district for you. Yes, another planet is being invaded. You are 719 and you are 20,000. You are still trying. You are still trying to fit through some of our territories. Okay, yeah, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to replace these with shipyards, and hopefully we can make a forward operating base in Corolla. And this is not going the way I expected. This is not going the way I expected. I expected all of us to be reasonably weakened from all of the wars, so that, you know, they would be weak, we would be weak, and we'd be able to spend a few years turtling down and trying to reinforce our borders and our navy, but apparently that is not what we are doing. Okay, so espionage Okay, so stage 2 of armed privateers making contact. Our operatives are working to identify and make contact with criminal elements inside the Rayab conglomerate that would be susceptible to our assistance.
Innovation rollout.
Okay, sapient combat AI has been researched. Things it keeps on popping up. Yeah, we'll just clear out the speculative hyperlane breaching. I think that probably might lead to jump drives somewhere. Okay. I am really not liking this. Oh no. Oh. Grolla fell. Grolla fell. We only have one fleet. How is Katana doing? 114 days. So we desperately need a shipyard and a hangar bay on that. Oh no. Oh no. Too many things going on. Okay, well at the very least we can remove the anti-shard build from there at last. So 10 cruisers and 3 battleships on each fleet is 128. Okay, and 12 cruisers and 4 battleships is 80 on each station. And I want you to be at Gatana. Sign there. We can only afford to reinforce 4 ships. We need 17,000 alloys to reinforce everything. And alloys, thankfully, have gone down in price, but they are still quite a high thing. Relics, we've got 55 relics. We could... Oh. Okay, well let's... So, Arcane Deciphering is getting us a bunch of society research. And then what else can we do? Well, sell 10 of those to get us 14,000 energy credits. What are you bleeping about? Yes, I know we can select a new Ascension perk. Okay, well, if we add 5,000 minerals, then we can activate that, which gives us 5,000 alloys. How many are we at? We are at 8,000. It doesn't look like we can really buy much. It's like 1,250 would cost us 12,500, which is pretty much all we have. Okay, so our military fleets, our navy. We can do 12 ships, that's going to have to be enough.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Though I have just popped an achievement. You can't quite see it on stream because I don't have the Steam overlays thing. I'll just take a moment while we are desperately losing to see what that is. Ah, study minor artifacts and discover a random technology.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, you are still up there. You are coming down. How are we doing on war exhaustion? 35 versus 30%. The Rayab's 11% compared to our 7%, and okay, thank goodness. I was wondering, I saw that pop up. I was like, oh no, who have we offended? Who's annoyed at us now? But it's just the research guys. It's just the research guys. So anyway, I'm just trying to think, because obviously we don't have... Right, is there a possibility that we could just wear down the Desiccants with attrition, just let them swarm through and try and take as many systems as they can, and then when their fleets are weakened, we come through and clean up, because we've got 12,000 there. Okay, bribery. That's 1,400 there. No, that fleet's going to get trashed. I thought I told you to pull back. I thought I told them to pull back, but apparently not. They don't even have a leader at all. Okay, yes, sure, I'll donate to you. It doesn't matter. Oh, there we have finally gotten to stage 2. So the Crawl Criteria will not be denied. The impressive effects of our unity are undeniable. A deep-seated motivation and hunger for expansion permeates every corner of society, bringing forth astounding advances in combat capabilities and scientific leaps that we could not have anticipated. What chance does a galaxy full of different opinions, random resource distribution, and clashing interests have against a concord such as the will of the Crawl Criteria? Issue special product, The Unseen Ripples. New crisis perks have been unlocked, and menacing corvettes are now available for destruction. So, we will pause. I almost forgot about that. So, we have probably just because we destroyed a ship, bumped over the 1,000 menace we need for crisis level 2. So we are now considered a threat. So what do we have now? We can create a menacing corvette. How that differs from a regular corvette, I'm not sure. We have plus 30% damage against starbases. And probably most importantly, minus 75% war exhaustion gain. Have the tides just turned for us? Well, I think we will have to see. Because I still have half an hour on this, on my dedicated stream time, and I am not ending it here on a cliffhanger, at least not yet. So seeing that minus 75% on war exhaustion is going to be interesting. We lost that battle and both of us gained 1% in terms of war exhaustion. Oh, what could you probably benefit from here? Another city district when we have a bit more minerals. Okay, so executive orders. We need Katana as a choke point, and we need Durascadon as a choke point. We operate from those. Those are our forward operating bases. No matter what happens, if those fall, the Empire falls. So what do we have at Durascadon? We have 2 hangar bays. We have 1 gun battery, 1 missile battery, and we have 2 shipyards so that we can build 2 ships at a time. We have a disruption field generator, which gives minus 20% shield hit points on hostile ships. We have a listening post, which increases our sensor range by +2 and ship hyperlane detection range by +4. And we have a fleet academy, ensuring that our ships have +100 starting defense. We have unlocked the Citadel technology, so we would need more money for that. And unfortunately, that also looks like it would take... That's, yeah, more than 2.5 years to do so. Over at Katana, we are building our 2nd shipyard and our 2nd hangar bay. We have crew quarters, which, forget that. We will go for Fleet Academy again. Let's see. Yes, I think we will probably go for the same ones. A disruption field generator. And... Fleet Academy, listening post, disruption field generator. Actually, I think I will put a target uplink computer on there. So we can upgrade through all of those systems. And the Rayups are finally mobilizing. So it's maybe the end times. Okay, Fleet 1 is missing. Fleet 2 is at Koshkar. So our admiral here, 117 years old. You will head to Durascadon and you will guard it. So we unfortunately cannot afford to reinforce at all. We have, well, we do have some alloys, but we need 5,000 to reinforce 12 ships. Thankfully, we do have 2 cruisers already being built. Right. Yes, somehow I don't think we're going to be coming out of this war unscathed. Okay, so drain on resources. Launched a quiet investigation into their operatives on the Reboot conglomerate. Operatives have been skimming resources. Ugh. So cannot be tolerated, issue reprimands. And unfortunately we would need a commercial pact to get the enterprising spy network. Though, thankfully, our operatives in the Reboot conglomerate are no longer skimming resources. Firm reminders of just where their loyalties lie have reinvigorated the operative's sense of dedication. They will turn their resourceful talents wholly to our cause. The infiltration level changes by 2. And how is this doing? Though still, unfortunately, only on stage 2. Breakthrough chance 0%. And against the Desiccants. Nope, we don't have enough of an infiltration level, so we will probably have to... yeah, just do a basic gather information, which is a blue one, so blue microchip, so it doesn't matter which asset we send through there, they will both hopefully be as effective. Okay, so you have ended up back there. Alright, that's about 15,000 there. Alior says, not enough, not enough. You need to move up there, and I think I will probably... well, do we have any good people? Nope. So select you as an admiral, and head up here and just hope against everything that we can reinforce somehow. So we can create 1 battleship here. It will take 262 days. Yes, I think we will do that. And just have at least a base level of a ship there. Ah, there we go. Yep, I thought so. So we probably should have taken that experimental one earlier. But now we can do wormhole travel. Actually, I think I will go for code breaking, seeing as we need that a tiny bit more than anything else. You really seem to be growing population fast. You seriously seem to be growing a population fast. Okay, what are we losing? We are losing 6 rare crystals. Ugh, that's not good. We are running slightly low on minerals, so we will add that. And yeah, we'll take that Ascension perk. So we have 12,000 coming down here. So they are pretty much doing what I would necessarily do, which is split off smaller fleets and take the weaker star bases. So we've made contact with a rowdy but promising group of Raya pirates, more than willing to accept our weapons and ships, though we'll have no way of controlling them once they're set loose. So we are now on stage 3 of that. we merge just all of you together and see if we can get one big fleet that we can keep in orbit around the Desiccants station. Oh, okay. At the moment, I am very glad I didn't decide to downgrade Katana Station, because that would be a pain to try and rebuild it right now. Okay, so that fleet has 12,600 and we can repair it right as we are. Oh, okay, fully upgraded, so... Oh, not fully upgraded, but repairing. So 13,100. I'm hoping at the very least we might be able to use Desiccant and start moving forwards and use that to sneak out and do some guerrilla tactics. How are we doing on our war exhaustion? 36% versus 35%. But again, still status quo, they will take our territory. 21% at the Rebs. And 16% for the Waxacodiums. Well, someone else is at war. Someone else has just declared war and it's not against us. So I feel thankful for that. Okay, so we've got a bit of intel on the Desiccant system. And then, so 45 up to 50. No, that's still not going to be enough. That is still not going to be enough. And you can see the peril we are in here. That is 11,655 coming through. That is not even worth 2,000. So, okay. Can we get someone good? Whole regen, experience gain, scout, no, no, no. I am just going through these and hoping we might actually have someone vaguely good turn up. We have 10,000 energy. So we are okay to spam through a few people. But, oh. And, okay, we have gale speed, yes. Because gale speed, that plus 5% evasion and plus 20% sublight speed is the best hope we've got for the moment. That is the best hope that we have got. Okay, Dita now.
Research complete.
There we go. Okay. Like, last time we had one of our planets invaded, some of our population kept on getting abducted. It's like, were they going to the slave market? I wasn't sure, but now we've actually got a pop-up saying that one of our founder species is on the slave market. Tells me that, no, it did not happen last time. So... So we could get some civic slots and a system capital complex. Okay, you are bombarding Detanal Prime. Softening up the targets. Okay, what else do you potentially have? Oh, upgrade all of your defense platforms, seeing as I have no idea when the last time you were upgraded was. And similarly here. Yes. So... this is not going anywhere near the way I wanted it to go. And unfortunately, because as I said right at the beginning of this... like right at the very first episode, this is on Iron Man mode, so I can't even reload from the beginning of the stream. Now, what can we build here? We seriously need some rare crystals. I might actually just go and start buying them from the market because they are going for... okay, we need 6. Hey, I don't care how much they cost, we are buying them. Oh my goodness. So that's probably about 67. Yeah, about 67 crystals, 67 energy a month. So if we can build something that would help us, like the energy grid, that would probably be useful. No, because we can't build another energy grid because that is one per planet. Oh dear. Okay, I will put down a Ministry of Culture and we'll just deal with that. And I love how the music has now suddenly turned like really mournful as well. I'm sure it's probably just I'm sure it's probably just random things. We'll upgrade the research complex there, even though I know it's going to take more energy crystals. So the Orbis customer synergies are now egalitarian. Okay, you are at 14,500 fleet power. No, I can't get any more of you. How much does a cruiser take? So actually, while we're here, let's have a look at that menacing corvette. There we go. So small Gauss cannon has sapient combat computer. So what makes this special? Obviously we have this as our current one. Okay, so we could put in an auxiliary fire control. And the music's gone quiet. The reactor booster. There's extra power. Afterburners. Ah, right. Can't have our afterburners because that needs power and we don't have enough power. What else do we have here? That looks like it. Okay, yep. Let's add a couple of menacing corvettes to this one. And interestingly, they just take up minerals rather than any kind of alloys. So let's add 5 of those. Go back to the market and splurge on a bunch of crystals. Okay, reinforce that fleet. Hopefully it's going to be doing it from... Yep, doing it from Katana Station. Oh, it would help if I unpaused. Actually let things progress through. I think the game's just gotten so fed up with showing all of these notifications to me that the sound's just gone. Like the notification sound has just gone. Okay, so that's 14,500 there. We could maybe try and zoom through here. But then that leaves us open. Okay, there aren't any ships nearby up here that we are aware of. It's pretty much all the ones here that are trying to zoom forwards. And are you still bombarding? No, you've given up bombarding them. Yeah, sure. Not like I've got anything else to do. Okay, and so, okay, so they're not quite sure what to do. So espionage. Weapon shipments and unmarked ships that can't be traced back to us have already been smuggled into the Rayab conglomerate by our operatives. We are ready to hand them over to the privateers. Operation finished. Infiltration level changes by -60. Okay, so let's see how much intel do we technically have on them. Probably not too much. We will have to keep an eye out and see if that does anything. Go down to standard speeds.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Okay, I can't seem to see too much. How the... Okay, did you... You guys seriously took the long way round, didn't you? You guys seriously took the long way round. Okay, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna send our fleet there, battle that fleet, and then zoom back, because that Rayab fleet, not Rayab, Desiccant fleet is about as powerful as our own one. So we are probably going to need to bait them in some way, just like we are probably going to need to bait this fleet in some way. That only has 3.4 power. I'm not quite sure those menacing corvettes are really going to be worthwhile. But, hey, we don't quite have enough alloys to make a battleship just yet. We are running a little bit low on minerals, probably because half of our worlds are being bombarded and blockaded. There they go to Cyberx Alpha. Hey, we have got double the fleet power of them, and we do have an Admiral at level 4 with 2 different skills, so that should hopefully help. They're down to 13,000, they're down to 2,000. 1,300. Shinagawa system and the Lilaro. Yeah, those are all up there. Oh. So yeah, I'm seriously gonna have to title the next stream is like Three-Way War Part 2. Okay. This is going to be dangerous, but I'm going to force through to Diadem, take that, and then return back to Duascadon, because we are just about winning on war exhaustion, but I don't think you... That is the Desiccants heading back for whatever reason, and we have 8,000 fleet power here, but those seem to be staying still like previously. How much is Sargass worth? 9,600. Is the potential that the okay, it's not showing up on their info screen. Is it possible that the privateers have been coming through and trying to destroy them already? We don't have a high enough infiltration level. So we're 25 months out from getting +2 on our code breaking. I think the war's going to be over by then, regardless of which way it goes. So that planet is occupied, quite obviously. So we're down to 10,000 fleet, 9,400. 8,700, they're giving good battle here. They're giving us a good battle here. Okay, back up to 10,900. But I think we will retreat back to Duascadon. Strategic retreat. So 3,800 there. That is 17,000. And they are finally, maybe, making a move to Katana. Nope, the 11,600 is bombarding Detanal Prime for a tiny bit and then retreating back. And then the 6,800 fleet is just standing there. Okay, how are we actually doing in terms of our crisis level? We are 1,800, 1,086, and we need 2,000, as well as completing the second Become the Crisis special project. So that gives us plus 50% build speed, plus 20% orbital damage, and menacing corvette evasion, plus 15%, and disengagement chance, plus 50%. Oh, good. Oh my, that was close. Okay, that was close. They seem to be right on our tail there. Oh, what's happened there? That was a, okay, that was loud. Oh no. Xenobium. Okay, that one there. I thought they'd already taken that one.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to try and have a huge push through to Gitana.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Because that is another 1,000 layer. Okay, well, you obviously repair.
Colony lost.
Well, I thought we'd already lost that one, so it doesn't matter too much. But, yeah. Okay, so that is 224 there. Okay, so we know there's potentially a fleet of 12,000 in there. There's another 1,500. You are fully repaired. You're only at 10,900, however.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Gonna have to...
Enemy troops on the rocks.
There goes the final Desiccants. They're finally taking that planet there. Oh, okay, this is getting slightly, ever so slightly nerve-wracking. So we need this fleet as good as it can get, but I don't think that's going to happen. We do have 17,700 power in this starbase. However, I'm not sure it's going to be anywhere near enough. Right. Well. Yeah, this was basically, this was what I was worried about in the previous stream, that they would just be able to come through and dominate me. They seriously don't seem to want to move beyond that sector.
Colony lost.
Okay, 11,700 there. There's overcrowding there. I can't do anything about it. Can I really build? No, I don't think. Because that's fully occupied. I obviously shouldn't have control over it. So unfortunately, I think we will probably have to more or less leave it there for now. So this is basically what I feared was going to happen in the previous stream, where we managed to fight back all of our invaders. Unfortunately, we have not been so successful now. We have obviously 3 different empires at war with us once again. And we have the Rayabs or controlling some of our territory. We have the Desiccants occupying some others. And the Raxicodiums themselves occupying even more. So the only thing that has really been holding them back from coming through and into our home planet is our defense forces at Duraskadon, Gitana, and of course the lovely Shard Dragon in the Sysmac system. So that is going to be it for now. The next stream of this will be Saturday at 2 o'clock British summertime, and I will need that time to reconfigure and think of what we are going to manage to do, because this is a nightmare. So for now, I'll say thank you to everyone who's been watching, and I hope to see you again shortly. Bye bye for now.